What's up YouTube, Saf here on SuperSaf TV, and here we have the brand new iPhone 8 Plus in space grey. I believe there's been a lot of other colors already online, but this is one of the first unboxings of this in space grey, so a thumbs up for that would be appreciated. Now this is the larger iPhone 8 Plus model. If you're interested in the smaller iPhone 8, then I will be unboxing that and taking a closer look at that in the next video, so make sure you have subscribed if you haven't already, and that will be linked in the cards as soon as it's live. So let's go ahead and get straight to it. Now the first thing that you will notice is that we have this sort of black and a grey box. For the gold and the silver versions, we've got a white box as we've traditionally had, and then you can see the picture of the iPhone 8 Plus here. Comparing this to the box of the iPhone 7 Plus, you can see that for the matte black version, we still had this white box. The only box that was completely black was the jet black version. This time around, the only different box is the space gray version. So let's get straight to it. This is in the plastic. We can see the iPhone logo on the left and right hand side, the Apple logo at the top, and we've got some info here at the back. This is the 64 gig version I've gone for. And you'll be able to see the picture here a little bit more clearly. It is raised a little bit, and you can see that we've got this very shiny looking iPhone. There's a good reason for that, which we'll be looking at a little bit later. Let's go ahead and get this unboxed. So initially we are presented with this little pack here, which is designed by Apple in California. Inside this, you get a quick start guide. There's the SIM card ejector tool, some more info, and of course, those Apple stickers. I wish they had those in black. And here is the phone itself. Very nice. Let's just put that to the side and see what else we get inside the box. Pretty standard what else you get here. So there is the power brick. Now this is a standard power brick. This power brick does not support fast charging. If you want to know more about fast charging on the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus as well as the 10, then that video will also be linked in the cards. Then we've got the wired earbuds here. And at the back here, we have the Lightning to 3.5mm headphone jack converter. That's because, as with the iPhone 7s, the iPhone 8s do not have a 3.5mm headphone jack. And finally, there is a USB Type A to Lightning cable. This is USB Type A. I wish this was USB Type C, so we could have used it with some of the other MacBook accessories, but you also have to buy that separately. So anyway, let's move the box and everything out the way, and let's get straight to this sexy iPhone. Now it's looking a bit more glossier than normal, and that is because we have the plastic on it. So let's get rid of this. Ready for it? And this will never be as fingerprint. I've already got some fingerprints on it. I was going to say it's never going to be as fingerprint free as it is now, but hey, that didn't last. So let's take a quick look around the device while it's booting up. So up front, we've got a 5.5-inch Full HD display. This is still LCD. The OLED display is only on the iPhone 10. Up top is a 7-megapixel front-facing camera, which has an f2.2 aperture. There is also the earpiece, which acts as a second speaker. At the bottom here, we still have Touch ID, which I'm glad to see. I really do like Touch ID, but the compromise here is that we do have these very thick bezels on the top and bottom. And this from the front, as you will see, looks pretty much the same as the previous iPhones, so the 6, the 6S, as well as the 7. And that is the reason why a lot of people are calling this the iPhone 7S Plus. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Definitely let me know. Now we've got this metal frame around the device, which does look really nice and also feels really nice. On the left-hand side, we have the mute switch, as well as the volume buttons. On the right-hand side, we have the power button, as well as the SIM card tray, and we are going to have to pop a SIM card in this to activate it, which we'll do shortly. We don't have anything at the top, and at the bottom we have the Lightning port and two grills on either side. One of these is the speaker, so this is the primary speaker, and we do have stereo speakers on this, which is great, and they're supposed to be about 25% louder compared to last generation. And on this side, although we have the grill, it is just the mic that's in there. It's more to make it look symmetrical. Now let's move on to the back, where things really get interesting. I've Still can't get over those fingerprints. But this is where we've got the biggest design change on the iPhone 8 Plus compared to the iPhone 7 Plus. And that is now that we have this glass back, which does curve towards the sides and it does look really good. Now, this is to enable wireless charging, which the iPhone 8 Plus, the 8, as well as the 10 do support. And we've got the Apple logo here, which we can't actually feel because it's just part of the glass. It's not kind of dipped in like it normally is on the metal iPhones. It says iPhone here, then designed by Apple in California, assembled in China. And we do have some info here. I know that in the US, they've actually got rid of this, but it looks like they haven't done that in the UK. Now, on the top side of the back is where we've got the dual camera setup. It's in exactly the same place as what we had on the iPhone 7 Plus. And it also works very similarly. So we've got two cameras here. The primary is a wide angle with an f1.8 aperture, and that does have optical image stabilization, but then we have a secondary camera, which is a telephoto camera, and it's going to give you 2 times optical zoom. That has an f2.8 aperture. This does not have optical image stabilization. On the iPhone 10, you do have both cameras with optical image stabilization. Now, I know a lot of you guys want to see a SuperSaf style camera comparison of this with another device. Which device do you want to see this compared to? Definitely let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to work on that as soon as possible. There's also a mic, what it looks like here, as well as a quad LED flash. Now, I'm going to say it does feel quite heavy in the hand. It's around 202 grams, which is heavier than last year's model, and it is also quite big, so that's something that you're going to have to bear in mind. And because of the glass back, I'm not sure how durable it's going to be. So I would definitely recommend picking up a case for this from our video sponsor, Tech21. So Tech21 have just launched their new range of cases for the iPhone 8 Plus, which guarantee the most effective protection drop after drop. This is thanks to their impact-absorbing material Flex Shock, which protects from drops of up to 3 meters, and the fact that Tech21 drop test their cases 20 times to ensure durable, long-lasting protection. If you do want to pick up a case from Tech21, I'll be leaving a link to them in the description below. Now, you do need your SIM card in here to set up. I've just gone ahead and signed in to my Apple ID account and connected onto Wi-Fi and all the rest of it. We've got some terms and conditions which we can agree to. iCloud keychain. We've also got the Siri. Do you only use Siri? Set it up later as well. iPhone analytics, share with Apple, no thanks. True Tone display. Now, this is a different screen and you can see how it's going to look without the True Tone display. So what it's actually going to do is it's going to adjust the white balance of the display depending on your surrounding light. So I'm not sure if you can see the difference there. And then the new home button, that's fine. We can just get started. This is the same as what we had on the iPhone 7 Plus because it is a capacitive button, not a push button. And it's going to give you some haptic feedback. Now you can see here that we do have iOS 11. We've got the control center here, which is a little bit easier to navigate. And in terms of the internals, this is running the A11 Bionic chip, which is supposed to be crazy, crazy fast. And if you want to see a speed test of this SuperSaf style with something else, then once again, definitely let me know in the comments below. And there we have it, guys. That is the Apple iPhone 8 Plus in space gray. I definitely do like this color better than the others. It's quite a nice dark gray, which does look black in certain angles, and I do quite like this, and this is definitely the color option that I would go for. Which one would you go for, and what do you think of the iPhone 8 Plus? Definitely let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. If you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe and switch on notifications. There's plenty more iPhone content coming up on here. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.